All right, well, welcome back to episode 2 of the RC Sports podcast, guys. Sorry. It's a work in progress. But I'm your host, Michael, accompanied by my other host,
Biagio.
and we're here today, guys, because we have a huge episode. But before we get into the episode, before we get into all the news, all the goods, free agency, trades, guys, how was your week?
Honestly, the same as last week, but less to worry about with this podcast now that we figured out,
Because we listened to everybody's guys. We heard your
we heard your concerns. We fixed it. No more yellow squares.
more lighting,
and
it's only gonna get better from
it's
here.
only gonna get better, guys. We listen. We listened. Constructive criticism. We take it.
We take it.
So we fixed that. That was my week. I mean, our week, as you could say. But we fixed that. And then also just like side projects on my own, and can't complain.
Yeah, on my side, uneventful as well. I mean, school and the usual, working on the podcast. Went out Saturday night, enjoyed ourselves. I went out with Ju. How was your week?
My week was pretty good. I was having a good week until, 2 days ago? I saw snow.
You saw what?
Snow.
Oh, snow. Yeah.
And that kind of screwed up my week. But other than that, same old.
But hey, we're on the island of Montreal, man. You gotta expect the unexpected all the time. It's never consistent.
But honestly,
here.
Especially with the time going back an hour, we have it's 6:30. It's fine. It's still light outside, thank God.
Yeah.
And the snow's starting to melt. So
Coming out of hibernation, basically.
Yeah, we're getting close to spring, and I can't complain about that.
So, guys, once again, you could always follow us before we get started. You could always follow us on all our socials, all under the name RC Sports Talk. We're also. Last week we had an issue, but now we're all on every streaming device, which is Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, anything.
You can listen on YouTube as video, audio-wise, like you said, our streaming platforms.
Yeah.
And for the socials, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. We also post YouTube Shorts, Twitter, Threads, Facebook, everything. We're on it. And with that being said,
guys, before we just start, let's get to our sponsor and our product of the week. Thank you once again to Shop Sante. What's your product of the week?
I'm going to get started. My product of the week, for the people that know me personally, I really do love cooking. I have a passion for it. I make videos on my personal page. And I love making all sorts of foods. And my product of the week is the Fit Cook burger sauce. One of the foods I really love to indulge in is burgers. And this burger sauce, very light, low in calorie, so I can put more of it. Delicious, flavorful sauce. That is my product of the week from Shop Sante, so thank you to them.
And my product of the week, guys, is an energy drink from Spark. So it's a low-calorie energy drink, which is amazing for the people trying to track calories and also... it's amazing for the people trying to track calories and get a good energy in before either a workout or just in your daily routine. Like, I love to indulge in energy drinks, which is probably not the best thing. Obviously, guys, be careful on the amount of caffeine you can.
But with the long hours we do in the studio,
that's it. Like,
depends what you do.
I mean, it depends what you do, exactly. But honestly, really good. They have all kinds of flavors. I like the cotton candy flavor, which I don't have on set right now. But right now we have the peach lemonade on set, which is also very good. But yeah, other than that, Biagio, where could they check out on Shop Sante? What do they get? What code do they have to put in?
Guys, it's not only just these products. We talk about sports, and fitness is very important, and getting those supplements or any type of tools you need to fuel your body is very important. Go to Shop Sante, and when you go online, use code RC10 at checkout to get 10% off your order when you order online at Shop Sante. And with that being said, let's get into it. Let's go.
All right,
First
guys, we're starting off with the NFL.
Yes, sir.
Huge moves this week. Huge moves, and we're going to
start because of the trade starting.
Yeah, well, the trades are starting. Free agency that started today. But guys, we'll start it off with Vegas. Vegas, I don't know if you guys are going to be happy. I don't know. We're gonna discuss it. But Geno Smith to Vegas, the Las Vegas Raiders, for a third-round pick. Biagio, what do you think about it? What do you think about this trade and Geno?
Personally, for the Raiders, I think this is very good. I honestly think this is very good. And then obviously the Seahawks get a third-round pick. That's kind of irrelevant to this. Yeah. What I like about this trade is Geno Smith is going to reunite with Pete Carroll. Obviously, they were together at the Seahawks. Now they're going to be together at the Raiders. Their division is very tough, so I don't think it'll be much, but it's a good foundation to build off of. I'm a fan of this trade. Like I said, like everyone knows, this trade has nothing to do with my team, but from a neutral perspective, I think this is a fantastic trade for the Raiders' point of view.
Listen, I get what you're saying, but For me, I think Vegas could have probably waited. I think Vegas, well, we're going to get into it after, but I think Vegas had better options at QB if they wanted to start actually being a threat offensively because they struggled on offense.
Well, no, you're not talking about like in their team. You're talking about to look for better options.
Yeah, to look for better options. I think that they
But
could
who would want to go to the Raiders though right now?
Well, I think that the guy that the Seahawks went to get, which we're going to get into, could have been a suitable candidate for the Raiders. I think better than Geno Smith. Listen, Geno Smith's a good quarterback. He's proved that he could pop off, and I'm happy for him because he was kind of like an underdog story maybe 2 years ago when he came back onto the scene when Russell Wilson left. Everybody was like, well, who are the Seahawks going to have? Who are the Seahawks going to have? Who's going to be their franchise quarterback? Obviously, he's not a franchise quarterback in my eyes, but honestly, look, he's a good option, but I think that they could have went with who the Seahawks signed, and that is Sam Darnold, in my opinion.
But before we get into that, I just want to say I don't think they have the pull for that.
I think Vegas has the pull for that. Vegas is such an expanding market.
I know, but
I think it's attractive.
The Seahawks have a better chance of winning the division than the
yes,
the Raiders.
but obviously, in my opinion, well, look, because a lot of things are taken into account, like when somebody signs somewhere, right, or when somebody gets traded, because they have their no trade clauses, teams that they don't want to get traded to. But honestly speaking, would you rather go with? Well, listen, this depends because Vegas has a nice residence area. They also have a nice residential area too. Yeah. It's not only the Vegas Strip and all the casinos and hotels, but where would you rather go? Would you rather go to Vegas or would you rather go to Seattle?
Easily Seattle.
Easily?
Yeah.
I think
they have a way better
chance. Debate to have that.
No,
no, I'm talking about living. I'm talking about just purely living.
Yeah, Vegas.
I'm just talking about purely living.
Okay, Vegas, obviously.
Okay, well, bro, then I'll ask you the same question because. You could say, would you rather go live in Buffalo than in Vegas? But Buffalo has a better opportunity of winning. But
yeah, but are you there? Hold on. Are you going on vacation or are you going to win trophies?
You're going to win trophies, but you're also going to live with your family. You get what I'm saying?
I disagree. I tell my wife, listen, babe, I want to win a Super Bowl. I don't care if it's snowing every day. I want to go to it because it's a job at the end of the day.
Yeah, well, obviously, but also the money has to be there and everything for the player. But I think that
money-wise, does Sam Darnold? Yeah, $100.5 million. That's his deals for 3 years. I think this is good because obviously, he had a fantastic season with the Vikings that just passed, but now he's gonna get a new fresh start, and he'll be like the spotlight because now they have no QB, and Vikings obviously want JJ.
Listen, we spoke about it. We probably had seen because we have our Jets correspondent on the podcast, which is Giuliano's dad. But we saw it on. We thought that it probably would have been a good option for. But I think we were discussing together that Sam Darnold could have probably went back to the Jets. I mean, it would have been a good gamble, I think, for the Jets to kind of restart their offense.
Well, no, it's too late for that.
It's too late. But what I mean is, I think the Seahawks got a good gem in Sam Darnold because obviously the Vikings, in my opinion, made the right decision of letting him go because...
I don't know, give him a good season, but I get it because of JJ McCarthy.
So I think it's a good signing for the Seahawks. Now, listen, he's gonna need some options. Lockett and DK Metcalf are gone. So
yeah, that's true. There's that.
So he needs a few options. I mean, this is gonna be another issue for him because
where did Lockett go again? By the way,
Lockett to free agency, no?
Did they get rid of him?
Lockett's still in free agency.
Yeah. Well, we don't know. Okay, anyways, Lockett's free agency, but obviously we know DK Metcalf went to the Steelers now.
Yeah.
But it's too late for Darnold because obviously the Jets have gotten their quarterback.
But the problem with this is now, look, well, he's signed for 3 years, right?
Yeah.
But the problem with him is we've always known that he's had mental struggles. So when he was on the downfall with the Jets, he everybody was saying he's throwing interceptions. He's seeing ghosts while throwing interceptions. And it's a lot of mental aspect, and that's why he probably didn't have the start that he would have probably wanted because he was a high draft pick. Now, with the Seahawks, he barely has any options. So
they're gonna fix that. Obviously.
They'll try. Hopefully, they fix it up. But if they start the season with one threat, let's say offensively,
and Jigba, I think is their only threat. No.
Well, they have other guys, but anyway, the point is that they're listen. At the end of the day, if the Seahawks don't get any threats, right, he's gonna start off the season. He's going to be throwing to these bums, and it might not go the way he would want it to go. Now, is it going to affect his mental to the point where he starts playing like he was with the Jets, or is he still going to be the quarterback that the Minnesota Vikings had during the season last year? You get what I'm saying?
Doesn't have Justin Jefferson, that's for sure.
He doesn't have Jettas, that's it. He doesn't have his options, right? So I mean, look, obviously we hope for him to have the best season he could, because I feel like
I respect Sam Darnold.
Yeah, we respect
He's a
Sam
good guy.
Darnold. He's a journeyman. He's a journeyman. So listen,
Yeah.
we hope for the best, but honestly, at 3 years, for 3 years at $100.5 million, I think it's a good bargain. It's
Yeah.
a good bargain. And then moving on, talking about quarterbacks.
Well, now that we know he can't go to the Jets because Justin Fields
Exactly.
is going to the Jets, $40 million for 2 years with $30 million guaranteed. Honestly, as a Giants fan, I'm pretty pissed because I would have wanted to get
Yeah.
Justin Fields.
You said you wanted him,
Yeah, I said we should have went for him. I thought he was pretty good. You saw it. Obviously, like him, he was back and forth last season between the rotating between him and Russell Wilson at the Steelers. But I would have went for him. That's for sure.
Well, look, bro, and like we were saying, he was literally the better quarterback during the season for a while until they decided to Mike Tomlin decided to go to Russell Wilson. Yeah, with the Russell Wilson route. But like he was a good quarterback. Like they had problems deciphering because Russell Wilson was hurt at the beginning of the season, but they had problems kind of like putting Wilson in because they didn't have like a reason not to put him in. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They didn't have a reason to put him in the sense that Justin Fields was playing very good. So, I mean, listen, he's a field threat. And his arm. It's his arm. His arm is the big issue. He has to have an ability in passing. He has to build that. But I think that, you know what? The Jets do have good wide receiver options. I think him and Garrett Wilson are going to mesh well together. So, hopefully all...
And now that he's going to be the main guy versus,
Well, now he's
in the shadow
the main
of
guy.
Russell
I think
Wilson.
this is really his last chance.
Yeah.
I think this is his last chance.
Drew has to say something?
Just to chime in, Justin Fields and Garrett Wilson played together in college.
That too.
So it's going to be a good reunion, and they might pop off together.
That too. I mean, like, look, sometimes it takes one thing for a player to click in any sport. It takes one thing, just a change in scenery, the right fit.
Well, we spoke about it last week with the Deebo Samuel. I think changing environment
Could be the best. Yeah,
it's more of like a life lesson, if anything.
Yeah, like yeah.
Change the environment, anything could change.
Exactly.
Take the same person, put him in a different environment, and
talking about somebody that also had a few changes in environment since the beginning of his career.
Well, yeah, Zach Wilson went to the Miami Dolphins.
Yeah, an ex-Jet. That's why we're talking it back. But an ex-Jet.
By the way, when we were writing it down in the notes, I just realized it now. Why would they get him if they have Tua?
As a backup. You want to have a consistent backup. Who did they have? I think they had
Mason Rudolph. No. Snoop Huntley.
Is that who it was?
Yeah, it was Snoop Huntley.
There you go. So, look, so basically, they went and get him. I think, look, Zach Wilson's also a good backup. And I mean, like, look, I don't know if Tua's career is going to last much longer.
He is injury prone, so you know what? I can see it. I take it back.
Zach's a bit cocky, but I want him to find his feet because obviously, like, they're kids. At the end
He's
of the day,
a MILF
like,
hunter, that kid.
Yeah, he's a MILF. Hopefully he's a field hunter now, bro.
Yeah.
Finds a couple of guys on the field. But that's basically our Jets rundown, ex-Jet and Jet rundown.
All right, so now the next one we're going to talk about, it's kind of dead, but Cooper Kupp obviously was sensational a couple years ago. And
Triple
now
Crown winner.
And now the Rams are like trying to lower their asking price or asking, for what you want to trade for because they want to trade for him. They
basically said that they wouldn't trade him. They're only going to trade him until the beginning of the season. After the beginning of the season, then they'll probably release him, they said.
Yeah.
But they're looking for something as of right now. And look, Cooper Kupp's good, man. Listen, take a chance on him. He was a Triple Crown winner. Yeah, he's injury prone, but take a chance on him. Why not?
Giants could pick him up. Depends how much I don't know. Does he
Giants
ask for a lot
could
of money?
pick him up. Huh?
Does he ask for a lot of money?
No, I don't think he's gonna ask for a lot of money because he's like in the dying years of his career. But I could see him go to why don't the Bengals take a chance on him as a third option? I think that'd be good.
He already terrorized them in 2020.
Yeah, well, exactly. Go get the guy that beat you.
Yeah.
Sign him. Yeah, bring him on this side of the field. But I mean, listen, he can go to the Cleveland Browns. He could even the Pittsburgh Steelers as a third option as well. That would be pretty good. I mean, I hope, honestly speaking, Pittsburgh fans, you guys have been seeing the same season for I think the last 8 or 9 years.
9-8, make playoffs, lose first round.
I mean, you guys got to try something. And I mean, if it's bringing into the third option as Cooper Kupp, try it out. He's not going to be expensive. He won't be expensive, so it's worth the third option. I don't even know. Honestly speaking, I don't even know why the Rams want to get rid of him. I don't know why the Rams
move on from him. Move on.
Because Puka, I mean, who would you put as your wide receiver one option? Puka or Devontae Adams now?
Oh, yeah, it's true. No, still Puka Nakua and then wide receiver 2, Devontae Adams.
Then keep Cooper Kupp as your third. I think that would be a great. Like I think
If you could do that, yeah, because then after when when you put a really good guy as a wide receiver one, he gonna get double covered. The targets is always going to be
Puka's
him.
going to be
So if
double
you have
covered.
multiple good options.
Yeah.
Then after you
alleviate the offense a bit
and you
more.
confuse the defense a bit.
100%.
Where is he going to throw it?
So I mean, listen, Cooper Kupp. If he stays in the Rams, I think the Rams, like we were talking some serious shit about what's his name last week, Matt Stafford. But listen, if his old ass could find like a few, get these options, I mean, well, the Rams could be dangerous. What do you think, Drew? The Rams could be dangerous.
The Rams could be dangerous, but they're not going to keep Kupp. Kupp's asking for too much money. I think the Rams don't have
the space,
the money to pay for him because they have to prepare to pay Puka when it comes time. They already got Devontae. They're just trying to get some insurance for him. But he's not going to play next season. He's not going to be there. That's for sure.
Oh, well. I mean, look, listen. Whether they keep him or they don't, I think Kupp's still a really good player. I've always liked Kupp. He's him and Debo are like my fantasy go-tos.
Hey, in 2022, you must have been flying.
I was. I almost won. I was in the finals. I was in the finals of the playoffs.
And Super Bowl winner. So
yeah, that's it. So listen, wish the best for Kupp, but hopefully, honestly speaking, if the Giants go and get him, I'd be very happy if I were.
I'd be really happy.
I mean, you're gonna give now. What would you guys go get? I mean, you guys are gonna draft a quarterback now. I mean, it's no more Travis Hunter unless you guys.
No, I think I don't know who we're gonna draft, but I would go for like a bridge QB just for the season. And go get Travis Hunter. Imagine like Travis Hunter, Malik Neighbors, and
Kupp to train these guys.
But like that receiver core.
Yeah, because Kupp won a Super Bowl. He has that experience.
Yeah.
And then you put him
right
with,
now
Travis Hunter. They said that he'd probably be a cornerback. They'd probably play him as cornerback.
Okay, still that's not a problem for me. But what I'm saying is that right now,
but I mean, with the Giants,
so far today we re-signed Darius Slayton. Like that's not cutting it. That's not even cutting it for like a losing record. It's not the pack it up moment, but it's like an honorable mention. But now
the big news, and this is the one that got our producer rock hard.
He's probably gonna talk the most about this. I want because this is special to him, and I
we're gonna let him go. But it's all about Josh Allen re-signing with the Buffalo Bills.
Yes,
Drew, take it away.
Yeah, let's make him do it.
So you know what? I'm so happy. I'm so happy because I'm sorry, but Allen's running this team. Like he carries this team on his shoulders. This guy puts his body on the line for a second and two.
Yeah.
You know? And signing him for 6 years, even though he had I think another year left on his contract, they were like, no. They showed him we need you, we're gonna pay for you. And you know what? He got the guaranteed contract, but there's always a superstition that when you give a quarterback a guaranteed contract, they become Deshaun Watson. So I hope that doesn't happen, but I'm just really happy. I think in five years' time, Biagio, the Bills are going to win a Super Bowl. In 5 years' time. Within 5 years.
So in 5 years' time, eh? But
I was just gonna say just to give the full rundown: $330 million for 6 years, $250 million guaranteed, and this is the most guaranteed money any NFL player has ever received in the history of this sport. I think that he deserves it. He is the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah, he's the face of the Bills.
Yeah, he's the face of the Bills. Now,
he's gonna lose.
Just more a question for both of you guys. Now that because Josh Allen's turning 30, when this contract ends, he'll be 36. This is basically, I think, the Bills rolling the dice and saying Josh Allen has to bring us our first Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Do you think that now it's like they're going all in? This is it?
Well, no, they still have to. I think they really still have to build offensively. But in my opinion, Josh Allen is the face of their franchise, like you said. And the problem with that is that I don't see him playing with the Bills until the age of 35, 36 if the Bills want to actually be contenders, because Josh is a quarterback that uses a lot of mobility and he's a big boy. The guy's a tank. He's built like a tank.
By 36, you think he'll be able to move the way he moves
that's
now?
what I'm saying. I mean, I think, listen, he's not an injury. I think he got a few concussions, if I'm not mistaken, but I don't think he's that injury prone. Like, he's a tough guy. But I mean, at 34, like, if I have a 34-year-old running the backfield and trying to, like, truck guys like he's doing now, I don't think it's going to be working. But listen, Drew, out of my opinion, the next 3 years, you're still going to lose in the divisional to the Kansas City Chiefs because they own you guys. But listen, after that, I mean, I don't know. I don't see the Bills winning a Super Bowl in the next 6 years.
Joe, out of the 6 years, how long out of the 6 years do you think he realistically has? Because he's right, 36 years old, he can't be running a team.
Realistically, I think Josh Allen to be playing the way he does, maybe another 3-4 years. If he keeps if he keeps working at it, he obviously works out a lot to have a tank body like that. But I'm glazing a lot.
Okay.
But you know what? Within 3 years, he has to win that Super Bowl within the next 3 years.
Yeah.
I don't know about losing the divisional again to the Chiefs. If we do, it's just sad. But eventually, he's going to get there.
Yeah.
I think if Allen can get past the Chiefs in the playoffs, he's going to win a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, if we went to the Super Bowl this year, I'm going to be honest with you, we would have lost to the Eagles. Because they're too good of a team. We've never beaten the Eagles, actually. Josh Allen's never beat the Eagles. So, I think he's going to go to the Super Bowl. I think he's going to win a Super Bowl in the next couple of years. But when he gets to that age of like 36, whatever, he's going to be more of like a pocket passer. That's it. But I think he's going to finish his career off with the Bills.
So yeah, Drew had an eventful last few days in his room with his posters of Josh Allen.
But you know what?
Glazing him, but you know what?
I respect that because
I hope Josh Allen's such a nice guy too. Like,
yeah,
he's
but because I like bothering him about it. But listen, guys, I don't even care if this is wrong and I get hated on for this. But the Giants will win a Super Bowl before the Bills win a Super Bowl, like their fifth one before the Bills get their first Super Bowl, and that's something I'm going to stick by. And I don't think it's that much of a hot take because the Bills have never won a Super Bowl. It's something that's always been haunting them. But who knows? With this big contract, there's a bit more added pressure. But Josh Allen's a guy that can handle the pressure, unless the refs,
unless he's playing the Chiefs.
And then the 1 year the Chiefs got beat. Who did they lose to when they lost the thing?
They lost the Super Bowl this year too.
No.
Oh, they lost
the
to
years when the Bengals.
Tampa. The Tampa. They lost to Tampa. Well, Tom destroyed the Chiefs. Wait, what are you talking about now? The year that they lost
the
Bengals. They lost to the Bengals, bro.
The Bengals beat the Bills.
Yeah, no, not the Bills. They beat the Chiefs.
No. But I'm saying the one time that the Chiefs finally got eliminated before the Super Bowl, who did the Bills lose to?
The Chiefs, no? The
Ravens. That's right. That's what I'm saying. Like that one time where Mahomes wasn't there, and then he lost to the Ravens. But listen, I hope that my prediction's right about the Giants. But you know what?
Yeah, well, you could hope all you want. I don't think any of you guys are gonna be happy. That's why I'm the neutral and I enjoy it. I just sit on my couch and enjoy NFL.
But
Sundays.
I will say Josh Allen deserves this.
Yeah, he deserves it. But now
right,
moving on to
real football.
Your favorite sport.
Yes, sir. All right. This I honestly was gonna put it as a pack it up moment, but I have a better one. And by the way, guys, from now on, just to say, our pack it up moments are surprises because we want to get that funny reaction out of you guys. But back to soccer.
Surprises in the sense that we don't know. Each of us don't know our moments.
Yeah, exactly. All right, so for the real football now, Manchester United, we know, are having their worst season, I think, ever. They're currently 15th. They're closer to the relegation zone.
Will be at 17, no? Or 18?
Yeah, but points-wise, they're so far from relegation.
Yeah.
But the point is, they're closer to relegation than they are to Europe. Now, everyone's like, okay, they need to make some changes. Their coach Amorim, spoke in the media and the press. And then it comes out today that there's this big decision. They're going to invest, or they're going to plan on building a new stadium with 100,000 seat capacity, brand new technology, all this stuff. It's going to be an updated facility, and they're going to win trophies. The comments on this post, oh my God, everyone was ripping them like...
It's not official though, right?
Not official. There's rumors of it.
Okay.
But the point is that people, like, if this is true, it's sad because if they think that a new stadium is going to make them better, please stop talking.
Man United fans need to really have side hobbies this year.
No, but it's not that.
No, I'm saying they need to have side hobbies because the team is terrible.
But I'm just saying the Man United fans do not agree with this statement.
No,
I hate it.
I get that. My point is that they need to find new side hobbies because this team is horrible, and a new stadium will definitely not fix it.
But they have decent players. I don't know what it is. They're just bad.
Sometimes it's just the year. Sometimes it's not the year in itself, but they start off bad. It's just been bad aura around the team since the beginning. Man United haven't had it easy. Three different coaches since the beginning of the year. They had Eric Ten Hag at the beginning of the year.
Well, then they had
Van Nistelrooy as an interim.
Yeah, it was just a filler until they got.
But still,
Ruben
three different coaches.
That's never good. Yeah,
it's a transition year. Yeah. And listen, Man United is still going to be good. They'll always be a force. But listen, in my opinion,
They're always Manchester United.
Yeah.
I get what you mean.
Yeah. In my opinion, why would you want a new stadium? Even though it's bigger, better, more screens, like there's so much history at Old Trafford. Like,
That's a very
why,
good point.
Like,
That's
why
a
would you
very
want
good
that?
point.
Like, let's say we're talking about my favorite sport, which is hockey. Like, MSG is such a historical stadium. Even if they'd want to build a new one, there's so many memories at MSG. Like, why would I want a new stadium? You know what
Exactly.
I mean? If for you guys had great moments there. I mean, you guys had Ronaldo. You guys had all these like
Champions
glory-
Leagues.
Yeah.
Why would you? Like,
Throw
yeah,
that
okay,
away.
you go to a new stadium, but then it's like, look at all the memories you created at Old
Yeah.
Trafford.
This is what the example you told me when you move into an old house. To a new
Yeah,
house.
like I've always lived in the same house all my life.
Yeah.
But for example, this is a perfect example.
Yeah.
Did you have fond memories attached back to your old house before you moved here?
Yeah, my childhood house, yes.
Exactly.
Not the like interim house.
Yeah.
Because I
but
moved
that's what
3
I'm
times
saying.
in my life. But yeah.
But imagine, just not to get personal, but how old were you when you moved here?
I was 18.
Okay, but to build off of that, imagine 18, right?
Yeah.
Think of decades of Manchester United being one of the best teams in the world, Champions League's trebles, and then now, okay, we're gonna go move to a new stadium.
Like yeah,
it's
like
I, don't
I
like-
grew
don't
up
like it.
like the first house, like I remember I had my first goon session, my old house. You know what I mean? Like these are fond memories. These are fond memories that I have of my old house. Why would I want to go throw that all away? Anyway, and the point is that you guys have something nice. Just keep it. Your team is terrible. At least you have a stadium with a lot of history.
But again, I
that
just
point.
want to say it's like the Milan. I'm looking at their team on paper. They have good players. What is going wrong? I don't get it.
Yeah,
I
well,
don't
look,
get it.
no, Hoyland
It's
is
a
pretty
mentality.
ass. They went to get Hoyland. They paid him expensive. I think they paid him like what, $70 million, 80
Yeah.
million.
But the
80
thing
million.
is even if it's good, if they're just like the laughing stock of the sport, I find it just brings the whole thing down.
Well, everybody, no matter who you are, unless you're a Manchester City fan, I think, or just fans in the Prem, other than being a Manchester United fan, I think everybody wants like the big clubs always to be kind of big.
Well, listen, no
Like
matter what
even
happens,
though
they'll
you
always
hate,
be in the media
yeah,
because it's Manchester
no,
United.
but even though you hate on the big teams, let's say in general, you want them to be good. Like I mean, like in the back of your mind, you like seeing AC Milan, Manchester United always in those Champions League conversations. It's fun to see. Obviously,
as
the
a
underdog.
neutral, the neutral.
Yeah, as a
like to see
neutral.
it.
I mean, yeah, exactly. So
Yeah,
I mean,
but Manchester United, they do have hope. They got the Europa League. That's the only way they'll get Europe because they are really far away
Yeah.
from that. But
Moving
speaking
on.
of other trophies, the Club World Cup trophy, the brand new expanded format, because it used to just be each continental cup winner would play each other. Now they've expanded it. Again, it's just a money thing. I think this is just ridiculous and you're ruining the players' fitness, but that's a story for a different day. Club World Cup trophy got unveiled at the Oval Office. Gianni Infantino, the president of FIFA, with Donald Trump, unveiled the trophy.
because the tournament's being played in America.
Yeah, in Miami.
Yeah.
The first ever trophy that has a key. So it's basically like a dish. You put the key in, you twist it, and it kind of like turns like a satellite.
But yeah, before, just to give like for the people that aren't really soccer fans, what is like the Club World Cup trophy? Like explain to some people because people are gonna hear that and they'll be like, well, this is a new trophy, right?
No, it's always
So-
been in place. Just to,
So it's much bigger now.
Yeah, basically what it is was, it's all the continents in the world have their own it's every continent has a Champions
Yeah.
League, but obviously everyone knows the Champions League.
Yeah.
You think of Europe, but there's Champions Leagues for North America, South America, and so on and so forth. They take all those winners, they put them in a tournament. How many continents are there? Like 5, whatever. 7 continents.
Yeah.
7 teams. It's kind of boring, right?
Yeah.
So what do? They're gonna expand it to like 30 something.
Is there 7
teams.
continents? I feel like I just screwed up and hopefully.
Okay, whatever. The point is let's say there's like a handful of
There's
continents.
definitely 7
whatever,
continents.
It doesn't matter the exact number. Yeah.
Guys, geography not our forte. Anyway, continue.
Nah, it's just a number. But the point is it's not a lot. It's not a big number. Now they're just expanding it.
How many? Yeah, I'm a fucking dog, guys.
Okay, he knows his continents. The point is 7 continents, not a lot of teams. You bump it up to a big ass tournament. Now you're talking. But again, it's just for money, and maybe it will do well. But like I said, the Club World Cup has always been there. They're just making it bigger. It used to be kind of like a slender trophy,
Yeah.
kind of like I don't know, the thinness of like a water bottle.
Oh, okay.
And now it's like an entire dish with a key. Like
Yeah.
this, I feel it's just all shock
You
value.
need a passcode. You need the thing to
Yeah,
open. Like, come on.
I'm telling you guys, this is all money related. It's just like a little turning key. Okay.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
Even that's could be a pack it up moment.
Listen, but anyway, it's a cool trophy. Like the concept is cool. They'll always try to be.
but what do you
innovative.
expect? You're bringing it to America, the best the
But
best
people get turned on by a key
the best
being turned,
consumer
so-
market. That's what it is.
Yeah, so people are gonna be turned on by a key turning open a trophy because I mean it's never seen before. I don't think there's any.
I think it'd be cool. Like whoever wins the trophy, the captain should like put the key in and turn it. And then, hey.
Yeah, well, that's probably what's gonna happen.
That's probably what's gonna happen.
But either way, it's a cool.
uh,
I find it's a cool trophy. Like if it was just opened all the time, it would be a cool trophy in my opinion. But
I like how it looks flat without the unlocking, like at the dish.
we'll each have our opinion on it.
But I mean, look, just to reiterate, basically, it's all about money. All about money. They need to.
Just to give you
playing.
guys a clear, because Biagio's a really like intense soccer fan. Like he loves soccer. Like he's loves.
I have
soccer.
a PhD in soccer.
Yeah. All right, bro.
I do.
No, but anyway, the point is he loves soccer, and usually like soccer fans are very traditionalist. So like these new things, these innovative things, which I find cool as a neutral and a soccer like not a soccer liker. I mean that doesn't say itself well,
Yeah.
but somebody that likes watching soccer. I'm not like.
Well, I will listen. I'll get used to it because
No, but I'm saying just in general, like the formatting and all that stuff.
but things will change.
For me, and the North American viewer or the person that really doesn't tune into soccer every day, I mean, this is a cool concept. But for like the traditionalists, people hate it.
Someone
So-
like me that watches soccer every day, it's something I need to get
Big
used
money
to.
grab.
But I mean, if you think about it, just common sense, when the world was created, the Champions League didn't spawn out of thin air. It
Yeah.
had to be created.
Yeah.
So
They're trying new
it's
concepts.
the inaugural season. It's going to take some time.
I think it's cool.
Yeah.
I think it's cool because what happens is you can for like this trophy is obviously going to be bigger and bigger each year. They're going to do
It's
more
going to be
publicity.
well. It's
like
gonna
now
be
this
every,
is a year.
it's every 4 years.
Yeah, but this is yeah. What I'm saying is that they're gonna build up and they're gonna market it very very well, like they did this
Yeah.
year, right? So for me, I think it's enticing for players to go to clubs in the MLS now, like when it's gonna be big on a bigger scale,
Yeah.
since they could have a chance to play against world class clubs.
But they're gonna like if Bayern plays like
Oh,
an
they'll
MLS
destroy
team, they're
them.
gonna give them a beating.
They'll destroy
like a
them,
beating,
but
I'm telling you.
they'll destroy them. But the point is that like at least the guy that okay, I'm gonna go to the MLS, but I could still play against these big clubs and win like,
Yeah.
meaningful trophies.
And what's cool is that usually that the summertime is the off season for club football. We'll see because usually club football in the summer it's like preseason.
Yeah.
But now with the Club World Cup in the summer,
These guys are gonna be playing all
in
kinds
those
of games this
odd
year.
in those odd years where there's no World Cup or no Euro or Copa
Yeah.
America, at least we'll have the Club World Cup to watch,
Yeah, these guys are gonna be pounding.
and
out
you're gonna see
games.
the best teams. It's gonna be like Bayern, Juve. All
That's
those
it
guys.
of every league, right?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
for me, it's a cool concept.
Yeah.
Traditionalists might not enjoy it, but hey, listen, we
I'll get used to it. We're gonna get used
You
to
can't you can't please everybody at the end of
We're
the
gonna
day.
get used to it, just like we got used to the new Champions League format. But
Yeah.
speaking of Champions League, I need to talk about this. Another moment that I was about to put in my packet up, but okay. So last week,
Man, why are you making the trip, bro? Must stay home.
to explain, last week, Arsenal played PSV Eindhoven in the Netherlands. They won the first leg, 7-1. There's still a second leg to play.
They're going to have supper
in London. Maka, I don't know why they're.
Man, why are you booking a plane?
That's a
ticket,
waste of gas, a waste of a
bro?
hotel.
The owner's looking at his pockets. Why are we doing this?
But like seriously, why are we playing? Unless if PSV somehow win 7-0 and tie
Yeah.
this and sorry,
Historical.
if
7-0,
they win
yeah.
7-0 and win the whole tie,
Yeah.
Arsenal like discard your club, just discard
Just
it.
just
Sell the
close
club.
everything up. Close the
That
books.
would be
just-
the biggest choke in sports history.
I think, yeah.
Worse than the 28-3 Atlanta Falcons.
Yeah.
Like worse than
Oh,
that.
100% worse, bro. That's 7 goals.
Seven goals
unanswered goals.
and in London at the Emirates.
Yeah.
So yeah, I wanted to put us pack it up, but wait, trust me, my pack it up moment's hilarious.
The Netherlands, PSV. I mean, just I don't know why.
Loki,
they
I
don't
would
just stay
literally
home.
play the Arsenal Water Boys, and they would still not.
Oh,
listen
that's what
to
you're
me.
gonna do.
Yeah, yeah.
That's what they'll do. That's what
But
they'll do.
it
Move-
sucks too, and I will add though, before we get to Juventus, Juventus fans were so mad because they made PSV look like prime Barca, and then they got a beating
Low-key,
to
yeah,
Arsenal.
eh?
Because I
Yeah,
think
yeah, yeah.
Juventus would have done a way better job against Arsenal. Way better.
Yeah, I mean sometimes it's just a matchup that doesn't go well. Like
Could have been an off night for PSV because they haven't been that bad in the Champions League, but 7-1.
yeah, no, it's not. It's scary sights.
Yeah,
Scary sights.
and talking about just to add to before we end off with soccer.
Juventus out of the Champions League and now officially out of a title race.
Yeah, so well, like last week when we recorded last week, they just finished winning against Hellas Verona. They were grouped into a title race. I don't think more by themselves, more by the media. Everyone was making graphics. Oh, they're off 8 points off first. They're in a title race. Realistic, mathematically yes, but realistic no. Especially after this game against Atalanta, who are also in the title race. They got blown out 4-0 at their home stadium. Now they're like 9 points off of first, but now it's over. It's over for Juventus.
Horrible fourth place, no?
Okay, it's over for Juventus. Seeing as they got blown out, they got completely outclassed by Atalanta. Yeah. So now we can successfully rule them out. They're just gonna try to get top 4, and that's it.
Yeah, well, I mean, hey, top 4. You said top 4 is Champions League football, man. You're proud. Lazio fine. You said 4th place is great. But anyway, moving on before you can answer back.
All right.
We'll move on to the NBA.
Basketball,
the NBA.
swish.
You see that guys? That I played it off smart. You see now, I insulted him, and then I can move on to the next sport.
They've rage baited me so many times. I'm numb to it. But let's get into basketball.
History. Talking about history, man. Steph Curry hits 25K points, and obviously his 25,000 point came off of a 3-pointer. In none other than Steph Curry fashion against the Detroit Pistons on Saturday, March 8th, so which making him 26th all-time in points. And also, following up on this Steph Curry news, Steph Curry also became the assistant GM for Davidson Basketball, where he played college ball. The assistant GM. The assistant GM.
No, but you love to see that going back to where
he's going back. Yeah, it's his alma mater. Yeah, so
I love that.
Where he attended school and where he played ball, obviously. I mean, honestly, good for Steph Curry. Steph Curry, I think, is a great ambassador for the sport because he's a good family man. And I mean, now he's opening his ventures because obviously, Father Time is getting closer and dwindling down his NBA career. So
how old is he now?
I think he's 36, 30. No.
Wow.
Well, you got to be around 36. Drew, check it up just to be sure. I think he's around that. But he's
getting up there in age.
He's getting up there in age. He's getting up there in age. But listen, he's opening up his different ventures, which is cool because. 36. Yo, I'm a dog today. 2 for 2.
No, but 36.
36. It's crazy.
Feels like I've been watching him forever.
Well, LeBron James is 40. So I mean, like, listen, they're up there in age, and all the goats of the NBA. That's why it was really nice to see at the Olympics when they were all together because it's a last time where it's almost like in soccer, like Messi and Ronaldo. You're like, oh my god, these guys are old now, man, and I grew up watching them. So I mean, listen, I'm happy for Steph. He's venturing out, and obviously. If he wants to build up a career where he becomes a GM of a team, and I see him behind the bench. Honestly, I see him behind the bench in Golden State because obviously he meant so much for that team and for that franchise. And like I said, he's a great ambassador for the sport. I think he's a great basketball mind. So I mean, hopefully he enjoys it being an assistant GM because I want to continue seeing Steph Curry even after his career.
Well, yeah, he's never.
But I just don't know how he's
not gonna leave basketball. Come on.
No, I know.
He's gonna work in it.
There's some guys that just like take off. Well,
some people.
I don't see Kyrie Irving staying in basketball after
some people don't. They've done it for that
long. Sort of.
long.
Would you see Aaron Rodgers stay near the NFL? He said it, but actually, blatantly said it. Once I retire, I will never. You guys will never see me again.
Well, some people. There's two sides to it. You play for 20 years. Oh, but I've been here for 20 years. I can't leave basketball. They stay. Some guy goes, man, I've been here for 20 years.
Yeah.
I want to relax now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, look. At the end of the day, once you retire, all athletes say it. A lot of them fall into a depression, or a lot of them get really, really bored because, man, you're occupied every day from the month of September all the way to approximately May. If you make the playoffs, May, June. I mean, like, your year is basically for 20 years. And all of a sudden, you've been doing that since you were a kid. So then you get drafted, and now you're doing it even more. And then in the summer, you're training even more. Like, obviously, yeah, you're tired, but your mind is always occupied. And when you go from all that to, like you said, blank in the flash of an instant.
Then you're sitting there in your mansion, and you're like, now what?
It's fun. Like, it's fun. Mind you guys, I wouldn't mind it. I'd kick my feet up. I'd be the happiest.
I'd be the third string goalie at any soccer team.
Yeah,
like a bag.
I'd be the happiest guy. But obviously, when your mind is occupied every day, you have to find different ventures once you get out of the sport. So I think being an assistant GM, I just don't know how he's gonna split his time now with the NBA and being assistant GM. Like,
you'll figure it out.
He'll figure it out. But we were talking about Steph Curry getting up there in age, and we brought it to LeBron. LeBron came up in the news also because he's injured.
Big head-to-head.
Yeah, big head-to-head. But also, LeBron got hurt. He'll be out for 1 to 2 weeks with an ankle strain, if I'm not mistaken, or a calf strain, something like that.
The fact that he's still pushing it at this age,
crazy.
It's
crazy.
Crazy. So the injury, it's okay. He'll bounce back.
The big news this week was
the matchup between LeBron James and Stephen A. Smith. First of all, I want to say before we get into this, I love Stephen A. Smith. I love his character on ESPN. I love him how he is. Obviously, look, he spoke a pretty harsh truth. He said that if Bronny James wasn't,
and let me already preface this just to give a bit of context. He's already mentioned countless times in debates, like the classic debate, is MJ better than LeBron, that he's a big MJ admirer. So just take that into account when he's saying this.
Yeah. That's a good point to add. He did say that Bronny James, if he wasn't the son of LeBron James, he wouldn't be where he's at. And I mean, look, he's right. He's right. You see the way he struggles.
He's playing good in the G League.
Yes,
he dropped like 37 points.
Yeah, but for NBA, you see that he's struggling.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, LeBron James is not going to sit by and watch his son get flamed.
He's a family man.
Yeah, he's a family man. He spoke back saying, "Don't talk about my son. Keep
his name out of." He said it vulgarly. We're not going to say it vulgarly, but he said
Keep your name out of his your mouth.
Keep my son's name out of your mouth.
Exactly. Yeah. Now, Stephen A. Smith answered back saying, "You know what? I respect LeBron James because he's not speaking as a basketball player. He's speaking as a father. Because how would you like it? How would you like it if someone's talking about your son? You have no business talking about my son."
Yeah, but to sort of counter that, bro, like it's the media. Like the media has to find news, and if your son is a big name and was a high, like bro, like your son got drafted, like the media is gonna find something to talk about no matter what. They have to. You know what I mean?
And I mean, being LeBron James' son, you're gonna have so much pressure, so much pressure. It's in any sport, the son of like a legendary player, like Messi's son.
Yeah,
that guy's
he's gonna have pressure. He has to expect it, and he has to expect people. If he's not putting up the par, if he's not playing up the par, if he's not like, you have to expect.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
But at the end of the day, Stephen A. Smith was right though. He's not that good.
Yeah, no, he's not that good. Exactly.
But with time, it'll change. Moving on to
LeBron's
old team, the
LeBron's
Cavaliers.
old team. That's what I was about to say. LeBron's old team, the Cleveland Cavaliers, were the first to clinch a playoff spot by beating the Heat on March 5th, and are now on a 14-game win streak, beating the Bucks last night.
Outstanding this season.
Wow. I mean, guys, they have a .844 win percentage and a record of 54-10. 10 losses.
Wow.
10 losses
in an NBA season where they're playing like 3 times in 4 days.
So they're really good, but like the team that's closest to them is also playing very good, and who has a Canadian rep, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who should be the MVP winner this year in the NBA. The OKC Thunder, who have a record of 53-11 with a win percentage of 0.828. So I mean, listen, Cleveland Cavaliers last year dropped it, and it's been a couple of years where they're pretty close to, I mean, a chip in my opinion. Now, man, I think if they don't get something done this year with like the team sort of like dying down, like the Mavericks aren't going to be as strong as they are. Listen, LeBron and the Lakers are red hot. I mean, he just got hurt, but they started off the season struggling. But I mean, anything can happen in the playoffs. Any sport, anything can happen in the playoffs.
Yeah.
But the Cleveland Cavaliers seem to be a force to be reckoned with.
No, I know, but
not to be reckoned with.
It's the same thing like with hockey, for example, when the team that like the Rangers, when they won the President's Trophy. Just because you do well in the regular season doesn't mean you'll do well in the playoffs. But it's good. I mean, but the fact that they clinched this early, you know, I'm not saying take your foot off the gas.
It alleviates a lot of pressure because now you
a lot of pressure, but you don't take your foot off the gas.
No,
you just 100%. Try to get the highest seeding as possible.
So that's it.
To avoid the you know.
I mean, like, well, listen, they could rest their starters a little more often, which they normally do anyway during an NBA season. Like, I was just looking at a score before the beginning of before our podcast between the 76ers and the Atlanta Hawks that are playing tonight. Bro, I think there's one starter in the game for both teams.
Wow.
Everyone's out with injuries or on rest. Then the starter is, there's Terrence Mann that's playing for the Atlanta Hawks, and the other starter would be, there's 2 starters. It would be the first overall pick this year. So, I mean, listen, the NBA needs to find a way where the starters play because people are paying expensive to go and watch these games, and we spoke about it last podcast. I mean, listen, hopefully they find a way, because you know what? I saw that and it kind of made me nervous because I'm like, people are taking time out of their day to go watch and support their teams, or going home and looking forward to watching their favorite team, and they see and they're looking and it's a bunch of bench players. You know what I mean?
Spoke about it last week. Yeah, we spoke about all that money.
So I mean, listen,
but they're athletes. They need to rest.
I mean, listen, amongst both teams, 10 players on a field, there's only 2 starters, so 20% of the field is starters. Is horrible. Like, I'm not going there to watch. It's like as if I'd go watch the Canadians in Montreal versus the Rangers, and there's and it's all the AHL players.
Yeah.
Like, come on, seriously.
I can understand. You see both sides to it. But
So moving
speaking
on
of
to the
hockey,
NHL,
moving on to hockey, this was something that I was
Not a lot of people saw coming.
no one saw coming, especially even for people that don't watch hockey that much. But Brad Marchand, that guy, like when I think of Brad Marchand, I think of the Bruins. That's
When
it.
you just think of the Bruins now, who do you think of? You think
Brad
of Bergeron
Marchand.
and
Yeah.
Marchand.
And
That's
Marchand
basically it.
has been traded to the Panthers. What did the Panthers get out of this?
For a
though?
conditional second round pick in 2027. What a bargain. What a bargain.
Yeah.
I mean, at the end of the season, he's free to go where he wants. But listen, I mean, for Florida, the Cup winners, the defending champs, this is amazing, man. This guy's a grinder. This guy was playing on Team Canada this year. He still plays hockey. Like, this guy still
He's
plays
still
really
good for
hockey.
his age.
Exactly.
He's fantastic.
To take him on your second or third line, wherever they're going to want to slot him in, because I think he just landed there yesterday. He's going to get his reps with the team now. They have to just make sure they're going to do his physicals to see if he's all in shape and everything, because I know he had a lingering hamstring injury, if I'm not mistaken. But I mean, man, Marchand, Florida gets Marchand. They have Bennett. They have all the rats in the league. They have all the rats.
Yeah.
So I mean, like, this is another. They're
yeah.
setting themselves up for.
Kachuk, Brad Marchand.
They're setting themselves up for a really
Yeah,
deep
yeah,
playoff
yeah.
run. And I mean, I don't like playing against Florida because they're assholes, man. Like, they get under your skin. Like, every
Yeah.
player on that team is a prick to play against. And that's the way you need to play to win a Stanley Cup. And it proved it last year.
You gotta work hard, and
You gotta get your nose dirty, man.
To look in the perspective of the Bruins, they're pretty much cleaning house now. They're clearing their
they
rebuild.
did clear house, yeah.
Yeah, and I mean their playoff chances are looking not good at all. They're worse than the Montreal Canadiens right now in terms of record.
And this is like an unfamiliar sight for people of our age
The Bruins have
that are
always
Bruins
been.
fans, because you grew up watching the 2008, 2009, 2010 Bruins, always good, and even through the 2010s to the 2020s, they were always a good competitive
Dude,
team.
as a
And now,
Habs fan, nightmares from those teams.
now
man.
exactly,
Nightmares.
and now you're starting to see like they're dying down, and it's like, guys, obviously, like I said, Father Time is unbeatable. And they lost Bergeron last year, Krejci, and now Marchand. Hopefully, Marchand's probably going to come back and sign and finish off his career in Boston. But
Oh, so you just think this is temporary?
well, just until the end of this year. I think it's a rental. Yeah, 100%. I think it's a rental. But listen, and that's why I think Florida didn't pay expensive for it, because they know that at the end of the season he can go where he wants. And I mean,
So they're gonna try to go back to back with this guy.
yeah, I think they have serious chances if the Rangers. If the Rangers don't make the playoffs, I think that the Florida Panthers are the team I'm going to root for once again to go back to back. But also on that, another player who's already been dealt once this season.
Dealt again.
He dealt
back
again.
To back now.
Rantanen to Dallas. So the Hurricanes receive Logan Stankoven, a conditional first in 2026 and in 2028, and a third round in the years 2026 and 2027. And right after they traded for him, Rantanen signed a 8-year, $96 million deal, which is $12 million on average every year, with the Dallas Stars. So, I mean, a great signing for the Stars, because the Stars are also contenders. I don't know what's going on with the Hurricanes. I don't know why the Hurricanes didn't keep him. Obviously, I mean, they got a lot of, because the Hurricanes looked at it in a perspective where next year we're going to have to sign this guy to big money, and we don't have that big money space.
So you offload him, get a bunch of picks.
Offloaded him, got 2 picks, 2 conditional first round picks. Logan Stankoven, which is a pretty good prospect, was on Team Canada in the U18s. And I mean, 2 third round picks, which is whatever. But I mean, listen, for me, if the Hurricanes wanted to win the cup, I would have kept him and get rid of it. Like, listen, whether you keep him or lose him at the end of the season, for me, I think that it would have been a good rental, and I think they probably had a lot better chances with trying to win the cup with him than having traded him. For me, it was like kind of, I get what they're trying to do, but in my opinion, I would have kept him. I would have tried to make a run with
I think
Rantanen.
it's good.
He's a really good player.
I get that. I'm just saying that for the Hurricanes, I think it's better long term. They have a lot more they get a lot more out of this. While Dallas, for example, this is more of a short term thing. This is basically Dallas.
No, they signed for 8 years now.
What?
8 years and 96.
No, but I mean, like Dallas with this now, it's
they're trying to win.
Win
now.
Now.
Okay, I get what you're
the
saying.
Hurricanes with all this, with these picks,
Their
it's
mentality is more on
long-term.
a short term. But
Yeah.
but Dallas too. Dallas is like a weird team, because they have a bunch of transition players that became good all of a sudden. Miro Heiskanen's up there in age, but I mean, they have young guys. Well, Stankoven was one of their good young players, but they have like Maverick Borg. They have all kinds of young guys that are performing now, which is what you love to see as a team.
With the addition of Rantanen, you got it's like right now.
Yeah.
We want to win now.
Yeah.
You know? So
and I mean,
I'm
he's
happy with that.
like I said, he's very good. So obviously he's
Good,
gonna
good
help
for
Dallas.
Dallas. Good for Dallas.
Obviously he's gonna help Dallas out. And going back to my goat, Ovi. He's 9 away, guys.
He's gonna
officially
hit
9
it.
away.
We spoke about it last week. He's
9
gonna
away.
hit it.
And you know what? Which is crazy is Gary Bettman and what's his name? Wayne Gretzky are gonna be following him as he reaches 5 goals. Once he's 5 goals away from the record, they're gonna be following him on the road so that they could, I guess, do a ceremony on the ice after or during the game.
I respect
So 5 goals away. I mean, they could have probably made it 4 or 3 there. He's not gonna score 5 goals in one game.
Hey, you never know.
I mean, you never know. But listen,
It's Ovi.
so 9 goals away. Also, there was another scuffle in sort of in Washington land for fans. The rights to his goal chase, in a sense, are being sold nationally. So his games are going to be televised nationally once he gets closer to the goal, to his goal record. And the commentators, the home commentators for the Washington Capitals that have been following this guy for the last 20 years of his career won't have the right to really announce his goal. Like, they won't be announcing the games.
Oh,
So they got mad. Yeah, so they got mad. They're like, oh man, we've been like following this guy, and now as soon as you get close to the goal chase, we can't even like.
See that I don't agree with. It's like
But
we've been following since
But
the
this
beginning.
is history, though.
I know, but how come the big guys get to swoop in? Why? No, now you're
Money.
here when it's about to get good.
Money
Yeah,
rights.
I know.
It's money rights. That's what it is. It's always a
But
business.
with that, there's also a sad element to this story.
So that's it. So once again, regarding Ovi, a lot of news involving Ovi, man. He's a bands make it dance.
Bands make it dance. I love him. I love him.
But he's a very flamboyant guy, and he's always in the news. So he will likely retire after the 2025-2026 season and sign with Dynamo Moskva in Russia. Because he stated, well, I mean, listen, he hinted at retirement by saying he doesn't think so when he was asked, would he consider signing another NHL contract after his current deal expires in 2026? And I mean, that's what I love about Russians in the sense that, listen, okay, politics, everything aside, guys, obviously. That's what I love about Russians. It's the nationalism. And, like, I don't care. Okay, this league made me money. I made my name here. But I want to go home and finish my career and play my... Like, you know, I want to play...
And even after that, I think he's still gonna play. He's still gonna play.
You think? You think he's still gonna play a few more years after? Like,
yeah,
he's
but
gonna...
what do we
Like
speak about? Jagger, he's still playing.
Yeah, but him, it's because he'd lose all his money in casinos. So he has
Yeah,
no choice to
but
play.
besides that, like, he's not gonna stop playing hockey. He'll still play like yearly or even like
He's
semi-pro.
old. He's old. I think he might play one season with the Moscow in Russia and then probably just call it quits. But listen, I respect that. I respect the at home and like I'm going home, finishing off my career on my home soil.
But if this is not an indicator of Unk status, like, I don't remember a time where I was not turning on a game and watching the Capitals.
Yeah, now we're
play
talking about this guy
Ovechkin.
about retirement. Now we're talking about his retirement. I can't. It's really sad. It's really sad. But yeah. But now, Biagio, your favorite segment of the week. Your favorite segment of the week.
Here we go. The second week of this edition. Let's look at the set camera. Pack it up. Our pack it up moments of the week. I want to say, I think I got the best one, so I'm going to say the best for last.
But
Let's go.
Reiterate what it is.
Yeah. For the new people here, because it's only the second episode, pack it up is just our little saying that we've kind of just
embodied.
Yeah. Everyone knows the joke. Put the fries in the bag. Basically means put an end to something. You know, wrap it up. Hurry up. You know, put it to rest. And we say pack it up. This could be a player, a team, just any moment in the world of sports where that thing has to, okay, just stop it, please. Pack it up. Pack it up. Yeah. I'm going to save mine for the end because I think I have the best one. And I feel producer Ju should take it off. Ju, what's your pack it up moment of the week?
My pack it up moment of the week is about Biagio.
Okay.
So back, what was it, last off-season, August, Biagio and my uncle were going crazy about watch, Josh Allen has one more year on his contract with the Bills. The Giants are going to get him. We're going to win a Super Bowl. So, Biagio, what do you have to say about it now?
That's cold, man. That's cold.
Listen, if he wants to keep playing at a team, it's never going to win a Super Bowl.
No, but he's reiterating your words.
That's very true.
And in your words, you said that he would never sign a contract. So low-key, Biagio needs to pack it up. I agree with you, Joe. But listen, any chance to shit on Biagio, I'm here for.
Yeah, that's basically the dynamic of this podcast. Is I'm the target. I always have to pack it
I'm
up.
here for all of this.
Anyways, you know what?
I'm just eating
Fair
my
enough,
chips
Jew.
and
Fair enough. I respect that. Anything
Yeah.
else you
So
wanna add?
Jew is low-key right. Anything you want to add? No. Okay.
Yeah, okay, Mike, your turn.
Okay. So guys, I low-key just want to bury myself in some cushions and never watch hockey until the rest of the season, unless you tell me.
If you guys are not
Unless
sure.
you tell me that we make the playoffs. But guys, okay, going into the weekend, the Rangers are in a wild card race. We're currently the first team out of wild card spot. Okay, so my pack it up moment of the week is the Rangers. Okay, guys, so we're the first team that has to fight for a wild card spot if we want to enter the playoffs. Season's dwindling down. We have, I think, 18 games left. We have 18 games left to play. And so points are very important, especially when it comes to playing the teams that are in the actual wildcard spot, the teams that you're fighting against to take their spot, basically. So Saturday we played against Ottawa, and Sunday we had to play against Columbus. So you say
You win those 2 games.
you win those 2 games, you take 4 points, you go home with 4 points, and those are 2 points on each team that you're not giving them. So you could take their spot and move up in the rankings. Guys,
So what happened?
So Saturday, I'm on the phone. I'm like, you know what? We were up 1-0 in the game. Then we go up 2-0. Then it comes down. It's 2-1. We're playing against Ottawa. And then in the last 9 minutes of the game, we were winning 3-1. I call my uncle. I'm like, you know what? Fuck the people who doubted us this year. I'm all in. Rangers winning the Stanley Cup, man. No one is stopping us. Minkia. We get in Rangers fashion, pure Rangers fashion. They tie it up. Ottawa ties it up in the dying moments of the game. 3-3. Go into overtime and drop the game 4-3 to Ottawa.
But
so
you got a point out of it.
So
I
we got
will
a point.
say.
So
You
that's
got a point.
We got a point, but obviously you don't want to give 2 points to the team that's currently occupying the spot you want.
Okay.
So now we move on to
Okay,
Columbus.
let's go to Columbus.
We go to Columbus. No, now we're going back home, but we're playing against Columbus.
Playing against
I'm
Columbus.
like, you know what?
Fresh
We
start.
dropped the game yesterday. We're not going to drop this game today because it's the biggest game of the season, obviously. MSG, you're at home. Thank you. They put up 7-piece on us. They put up a 7-piece, bro. 7-3 gets slapped by Columbus, who are run by Sean Monahan, a 37-year-old. I don't even know if he's 37, 36. I don't care about Sean Monahan. An ex-Hab, I don't care. I don't care about him. But I mean, the way I'm stating it, I do care.
You do care.
I can look, do. But you know what? They put up 7-piece on us. We got slapped 7-3, guys. Magomakat, how do you want to advance? How do you want to advance, bro? How do you want to advance, guys? We're battling for spots over here. We're battling for every point, an inch here. We're gonna grab an inch on this weekend. We're gonna have another inch. We're gonna have 2 inches. Minkia, we dropped both games, and now you know what? If we make the playoffs, we make that. I give up on this fucking team. I give up.
So the Rangers.
They need to pack it up, bro. The Rangers need to low-key pack it up because you know what? It's been miserable. Honestly speaking, I love the Rangers. I love my team, but I just can't with them anymore. When it's important, we don't do nothing. When it's not important, we shine. Like, I don't know what the fuck we're doing, guys. I really don't. Rangers management needs to low-key step it up, pack it up. I don't know what they need to do, but I need to stop being a Rangers fan is what I gotta stop.
She was laughing. So
Yeah, but fuck, man. Come on.
All right. Now,
Follow that up.
my pack it up moment of the week. Miles Garrett.
Okay, why?
Why Miles Garrett? Bands that make a dance.
What happened
Let me
to that?
explain.
Yeah, okay.
So Miles Garrett, at the end of the season, he's like, guys, I'm a very good player, which he is, one of the best defensive players in the league, right? He didn't outright say it, but basically in his like little love letter or breakup letter with the Browns, basically said, I'm reaching I'm getting up there in age. I want to play for a team that wins the Super Bowl or has a chance to win the Super Bowl.
I see where this is going.
So we're like, okay, he's going to change from the Browns.
He's gonna go to the Chiefs. No.
And it comes out yesterday, he signs a $160 million contract for 4 years, $40 million a season. So basically, he's all in.
Dying hell, bro. Dying.
No trade clauses.
And there's no trade clause. Even better.
So you know what? He basically he cemented his feet in Cleveland.
Basically, what he's saying, he's like, I want to be good. I want to win the Super Bowl. Then he gets all this money. Okay, let me bend over backwards. Money talks, guys. Money talks. Like Ovechkin said, bands that make a dance.
Wow,
That has to be, when I saw that, when I was thinking of my pack it up moment of the week, instantly that has to,
that's funny.
like, and don't ever say you have any sort of like
No, everybody could be bought, bro. This is literally the proof. Everybody
do
could be
not
bought.
think that you are it, or like I don't even know.
He's not him. He's no longer
Yeah,
him.
yeah. Don't ever say like you always tried to be the best. You settled for money.
Yeah.
Considering you're playing in the NFL, I don't know how much.
And the
more
worst
you
part
need.
is that he probably would have still gotten good money. Maybe not a super max like he did, but he probably would have still gotten good money going to a contender.
Yeah, like he's basically saying, you know what, I'm settling with 3-13 just to make a bag, which I don't get it. Like, you don't want to win a Super Bowl? You want to try to win a Super Bowl? Come on.
Low-key.
That, I'm sorry, and I see it in all sports.
At least the massage tables are good in Cleveland.
Yeah. No, but I'm sorry, but for me, it's pathetic. It's so pathetic. I see it in all kinds of sports.
What, the
Listen,
massage tables or this?
No,
the
the money.
contract?
Listen, I get it, the people at home, we've never come into that kind of money, but what is it that makes...
Well, wait,
players
you don't
wanna
know, man.
ruin
We probably have athletes. Hey, shout out to any athletes watching this.
Yes.
Any pro athletes.
Yeah, any pro athletes. I just want an explanation as to why they want to throw away the chance at being stellar in their career for money. Because even, like you said, even if you would have went to a team that's contending for the Super Bowl, let's just say you went to the Bills. You don't think the Bills are going to give you a good contract?
Yeah, that's
you
what I'm
play
saying.
in the NFL.
Yeah, I know. That's
and
it.
that's not to mention the money he makes from brand deals and stuff.
And the thing is that, like, once you embody a city, like, you can go to a city that's probably not offering you a big enough contract, but if they have a crazy enough fan base, you'll be on every tire ad, you'll be on every Tim Hortons, whatever ad you
and
want.
the Browns are currently in a division with the Ravens, Steelers, and Bengals. I mean, they're not even going to get third place
They're
in
not
that
even
division.
sniff playoffs, bro. They won't even sniff playoffs. It's unfortunate, but hey.
But what makes it pack it up is the fact that he wrote a letter at the end of the season, basically saying,
he wrote a letter.
Yes,
Okay,
he
I thought
wrote
he just
an-
announced it on like a Twitter.
No. He wrote an official statement saying, "I'm leaving the Cleveland Browns. I want to play for a team that's going to win the Super Bowl because I'm getting old."
Myles Garrett.
And then after that was at the end of the season, right? A couple months later, money comes in. Zeet. Now all of a sudden, I want to play for the Bills.
Nah, I'm good.
For
For the Browns. Yeah, I'm happy, bro.
Wow.
She good, bro. She good, bro.
So, yeah. She's happy now, bro.
She's happy now,
That
bro.
shit. But basically, Myles Garrett, please pack it up.
Yeah, literally, pack it up.
All right,
so that
guys.
was our pack it up segment
Pack
for the
it up
week.
moments of the week, and now we're gonna get to you guys. Yes, you guys at home.
Thank you
Follower
so much
questions.
for all your questions.
Yes.
Once again, thank you very much. And guys, obviously, just wanted to say quick before I forget. Guys, we're up to 42 subscribers on YouTube. We started off with I think 2, and after our latest video, we're
One
up to
episode.
42.
So please, seriously, guys,
really,
thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And guys, if ever you want to write a follower submitted question and you're catching us on YouTube and you don't follow our socials, obviously follow our socials. But if you don't and you want to submit a question, we always check the YouTube comments. Send us your question on your YouTube comments, and we're
always gonna shout you out. You're gonna be featured on the show, and it's a nice little segment. We get to interact with you guys,
fans.
and you guys get to be featured on the show.
Yeah.
So, Jew, we got a bunch of questions, but you're gonna pick some for us. Go ahead.
All right. So our first follower question is from @Clack Cards. Are low-end cards worth it?
I'm not a big card trader. I used to collect them when I was a kid, so I don't know anything about value, but you know more about this.
I'm guys, not the flex, but I'm low-key sitting on an Ovechkin rookie card. I have one.
Show the peeps.
Well, no, I didn't bring it with me now because sort of the question we saw the questions, but he's choosing them, so I brought my lower end cards on set because I wanted to talk about this. This is like I've always loved collecting cards, and it's something that was brought upon me by my dad. But like, I'm what you'd call in the card world like a team collector, like a personal collection type stuff. Where like I'll buy like lower end cards just because I like the player or the team itself. So I'm a big Rangers fan, but like these are some like lower end cards that I paid maybe $5-10, but they're players that mean a lot to me. Obviously, do you see them now? Yeah. But yeah, so these are like lower end cards, but that sort of mean a lot to me. Like here, there's like a Lundqvist rookie card, and I probably paid these all in total. Adam Fox rookie card. I probably paid these all in total. Maybe $60, $70. But guys, they're cards that mean a lot to me because I really like the players on the cards. Now, obviously, if you're buying cards to sell them and make money off of them, then obviously not. Like it depends your goal at the end of the day.
What's your goal?
But my goal, listen. Obviously, the Ovechkin card, I'm gonna keep it for a long time because that's the player that I've loved, and it's gonna be
especially when he retires.
Exactly. So I'm gonna keep my OV card. But in terms of personal collections, like my Rangers collection, like these are cards that are not expensive, like I said, and for me mean a lot. So my goal in the collection game is to always keep a personal collection of the Rangers, my favorite players, which are Adam Fox. Obviously, I try to collect every Lundqvist card that was probably produced, because I also liked Lundqvist, but even Michael Del Zotto was a Ranger, so I really liked. I really like all Rangers players, so I try to collect and try to build a personal collection off of the New York Rangers. So I mean, depends your goal in the card world itself, but if you're trying to make a buck, obviously not the right direction to go. But if you're building a personal collection like you, if you collected cards, you'd probably just collect Lazio cards, and they'd mean a lot to you, but not to the average consumer.
Yeah, I do have a little collection of like soccer cards, and honestly, I would just collect the Lazio cards in my opinion, or whatever shiny, nice looking cards. Like I
Yeah.
have like a Zidane one,
Yeah,
like
cards that catch your eyes. Yeah,
like a rookie Zidane, or when he was like starting with France, like when he still had hair.
yeah.
And stuff like that. Personally, though, I don't know. I don't like the way it's made with soccer. I find like the cards for soccer, it's not that big. When I was a kid, I used to collect Upper Deck. You know, the ones you used to get at Tim Hortons or McDonald's. Those were like I had like a rookie Jonathan Taze, stuff like that. I feel like that's cooler in my opinion.
Yeah.
I even like at the hockey tournaments when I used to play, I got one. I had a Carey Price, but it was in like a wooden plaque. Like that for me is special. And no matter what it's worth, a
'Cause you're a
lot
Habs
or
fan
nothing, and I'm a Habs fan, I would keep that any day.
That's what I'm saying.
Personally, for me, I don't like if you want to, you could, but I don't like the whole trying to make money off it. I feel like if you collect them, I want to keep it.
Yeah,
I wouldn't want to give
but that's
that away.
That's the way you look at it. But there's a lot of people that enter the game to pack a signed Mbappe one-of-one card, bro. That
I know,
you
but
could
that's
sell for $1 million.
Yeah, I
You know what I mean.
There's no
Like,
sentimental value to it, but
it
I would like the
depends,
sentimental aspect.
It depends.
Of it.
It depends. Like if you'd ask me to sell some of these cards, even if they're $5, like no, like, I don't want to sell them. Like you know what I mean. Even if you told me I'll give you $100, no, like I don't want. Like I want to keep my cards, and these are cards that I enjoy.
Because at the end of the day,
you know what I mean.
Like at the end of the day, yeah, okay, you get more money, but like created memory, you have memories
like I
attached
said,
to that card.
it depends what you go into the game with. Right?
But this guy's asking about low end cards, so for him, maybe
these are low end cards.
No, but what I'm saying is, if he's asking that, maybe he's gonna just wants to be a collector like you.
Yeah, no,
So-
that's it. For me, I mean, obviously.
To answer your question, yeah, I would say just collect them.
Yeah, collect them. That's it.
Next question.
Next question is.
Your mic's not on.
Yeah, it's on.
Next question is
shit,
from at Giordano Mambro. Pedro's probably gonna have something to say about this. What are your thoughts on the Adibo to New York Giants from the Saints?
All right. Well, I know I haven't watched too much of him. I've seen some highlights. Gio is shout out Gio. He is, I know him personally. So he is very, very sad about this. I'm happy. I'm very happy because our secondary is awful. So to have him at cornerback, I'm very happy. To have him at cornerback, he is very good. Maybe he can, show Deontay Banks how to mark a guy. Besides that, I'm very happy with it. But at the same time, you can't do much with just one guy. Hopefully we get Travis Hunter. Nice little cornerback duel.
You want him at wide receiver. You want him at cornerback.
Well, you said before that he might be cornerback. So if we're going to be cornerback,
Yeah. I love it.
I would want him at wide receiver. But if he wants to play as a cornerback, yeah. So I'm really happy about that. I'm happy to see because so far this week, Giants just we re-signed. And all the Giants fans were all like, okay, are we going to make some new signings or what? So I'm very happy. And especially our secondary has been our worst thing because our defensive line has been the only positive aspect of our season along with Malik Neighbors. So for me to, bolster the secondary, I'm very happy.
Yeah.
I don't want anything to add to that.
No, I listen. You're the Giants fan. I mean, you know your roster better than I do. So
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really have anything to say about this.
Okay, perfect. Next question, Joe.
This comes from at X Matg.
Yeah, my friend Matty. Yeah.
Opinion on the Redmond trade.
I think.
Well,
Listen,
we just spoke
we
about it, but
we
just to
spoke
add
about it in the
anything more?
podcast, but just to add a bit more and to sort of like resume it. I think both, in my opinion, I think Dallas won more than Carolina. But
long term,
Carolina won the trade. So long term, Carolina won the trade. Short term, Dallas.
Yeah.
All right, we have one more question, and this is from at Vigna Eric. Will Italy make the World Cup 2026? And how would we play? And who would we play?
That's a very good question, Eric. For Italy, if we do it depends what group we get in. Next week we're playing Germany in the Nations League quarterfinal. That will decide the winner of the over the two legs will decide where we get grouped. Now both groups, I'm gonna be honest, are both groups that Italy should be topping. But if we do win that tie, we get the easier group. No excuses. I think we will make it. We have some good young talent.
Well, I mean, there's
No excuse.
There's really no excuse.
It's two World Cups in a row we haven't qualified.
We have
now
no
it's
choice.
ridiculous.
We really
Absolutely
have no
ridiculous.
Choice. Yeah. Listen. Well, you can continue, and then I'll.
Yeah. Well, look.
We were talking about playing Germany.
No. But that's for the Nations League,
Yeah.
and then obviously decides what group.
Yeah.
Whether we get the easier one or we don't get the easier one, whatever. There's no excuse. I think like the toughest team is like Slovakia. Like, come on, please. Can we please just qualify?
Like
for World
Italy should not be struggling against Slovakia,
The last time-
Serbia, all
yeah.
these different. You know what I'm saying? Like
Cup? Serbia is strong, but still.
No, but what I'm saying is like
We're Italy.
We're Italy.
Four-time World Cup winning nation.
It's not like that's
the
what I'm
last time we
saying.
played a World Cup knockout match was in 2006 when we won the World Cup. I was 4 years old.
Yeah, it's enough. Like we need to like I mean okay, North Macedonia. You want to say what you want to say? Bad game, bad. Listen, we dominated.
I
At
don't
the end of
wanna
the day, we
think
didn't
about that.
qualify. At the end of the day, we didn't qualify, and it's 2 World Cups in a row. Italy is Italy. Like we've said many times, and we've spoken about it many times amongst each other. Like you never know what you're gonna get with Italy, but we need something to brighten up. We need a bright spot. We have a good defense now. Well, we've always had a good defense, but I think that there's a very good defense. We have Di Marco, Cagliafiori. Who else do we have? Barella, no?
Barrella's a midfielder,
Yeah.
and Bastoni.
Bastoni, yeah.
But honestly, I think our defense has the qualities dipped a bit. I think our strongest
Obviously.
asset is our midfield. But Di Marco is part of the defense, but he's more
He's
of
the best left back in the world, no?
Well, he's a wing back. He's not very good defensively. But regardless of that, even I find that even if we play bad or we have done not the best team on paper, we are the Azzurri, 4-time World Cup winning nation. We should be easily qualifying. We always find a way to win, and that's what we should do. Who would we play?
Not we should. We have to.
We have to, yeah. Who would we play? We got Moise Kean, who's on red hot form. Retegui. We have who else is there? Barella is always good. Not to be biased, but Nicolo Rovella from Lazio has been very, very good. Di Marco. Another Lazio player, Zaccagni. It'd be a bit tough because we play a 3-5-2 and he's a winger. And the wings in the 3-5-2 is more of like a wing back and he's more offensive minded, but he's very good at he tracks back and he works hard defensively. He's not one of those spoiled wingers like Vinny Jr. that he'll just dribble a couple guys, he won't run back and defend. He does that.
Well, in my opinion, Ballon d'Or winner, Vinny Jr. In my opinion.
No, but I'm just saying you get different types of wingers. You got the spoiled brats that just want to do offensive work and they don't want to run back and track back, because wingers that track back, that's like a bonus on top of it. I'm not saying they have to, but like when they just mope around, it's a bit annoying. But the problem is Zaccagni would have to play as a wing back, which is not his natural position, but he has played centrally in the past, so maybe it could work. But regardless of that, I think the young Italian talent is getting up there. We have a lot of options, but the problem is we have a recurring theme of the players do well with their clubs, and then they come to the Azzurri and we do absolutely nothing. We saw it at the Euro. Horrendous.
But you know what,
Horrendous.
Biagio, though, like this was a point that I've brought up many times, and probably you could clarify it for me and maybe for some people that probably have the same opinion as me. But in my opinion, the AFCON winners, the Asia Cup winners, and the Euro and Copa America winners should all already have a spot in the World Cup.
I agree. I'm not just saying that because we won the Euro and then didn't qualify for World Cup, so we're right between. It's easy to say that now because we won it. But like that's so
if
true.
you were the best of Europe,
why wouldn't you just get a guaranteed
but also
spot?
there's the argument that like if you were the best of Europe, you shouldn't be losing to North Macedonia.
Yes, I know. Yeah, that's a good point.
But the point is that like I think that if you work hard enough, I mean you're whether, because I mean listen, if Italy was in the World Cup in Qatar, I think we probably could have done well. Like I mean it's just a matchup thing sometimes. Like it's nothing. Like I mean Saudi Arabia beat Argentina, right? So I mean like anything could happen once you get to the World Cup. But the point is that I think that these teams that work hard enough and get gratified and win, not gratified, but you win the world, you win your
continent.
You win your continent basically.
You should get rewarded for that.
You should get rewarded for it.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
But yes, the other argument is I mean, like if you're the best in your continent, why can't you be North Macedonia? A bunch of plumbers.
Yeah.
Them actually they do have some part-time players, which is crazy. But I just.
But you get my opinion.
Yeah, no. There's two sides to it. I get what you're saying. But like Italy, just I don't know. I don't know what it is.
They need to pack it up. Italy
Like
needs to
what I
low-key pack it
find
up.
is that in qualifying I get nervous, but when we qualify for the tournament, I'm not worried.
Well,
Because
low-key, you
figure out
get
a way.
nervous in that third game group
Yeah.
stage where you're like, me,
Yeah,
yeah,
no,
qualify.
yeah. But like at the tournament, besides the Euro, just
You know what? I know what you know what I
Horrible,
noticed.
so
I
bad.
feel like we're always in the same group as Austria, no matter what Euro or World Cup
we get
play.
grouped with some of them.
We're always getting grouped with Austria.
But yeah.
Anyway,
But I mean, we
so
do not want to relive that Euro. That was the worst Euro.
Memories
The
to
highlight
forget.
of that was Zakani's goal against Croatia, which we tied to qualify for the round of 16, and then we literally like Switzerland destroyed us. And
Yeah.
Switzerland are a decent team.
Yeah, but
But we
it's
should
not
not
Italy.
we should not be getting outclassed by Switzerland. I'm sorry. Ridiculous. The Azzurri, I don't know what it is. After and even I know we won the Euro, but ever since 2006, the fall off of this country is horrible.
Yeah, but we literally had the best players in the world in 2006.
I know, and that's what it is, the fall off too. And this goes back to
It's hard, man, because
Yeah.
but you see Spain though. Spain won the World Cup. Obviously, okay, we don't like Spain, but my point is that their
crazy.
quality has
They're
not
so good,
dipped.
man.
Their quality
Well,
has
I mean,
not dipped.
Not
Okay,
really.
they're
Like,
not- it's not
but
a
in the
Xavi and
80s and 90s,
Iniesta.
they weren't good.
No, but my point is in the last 25 years, has quality in Spain dipped that much? No, it's only gotten better.
And you know
I think
what
they're
it
at
is?
the best that they've
but
been.
the reason why is because they have homegrown talent, and this is not to bash any players that come to the Serie A from abroad, Balkan players, from any country. There's not enough Italian players in the team. Like in the past, like when Italy would be at a competition, the whole Italy lineup would be like Juve players, or like when Spain won the World Cup. Like I think 9 out of the 11 players all played in Barcelona. So not only did they have that chemistry at Barca,
Yeah.
they played the exact same lineup. Like that, the chemistry there. That's why Spain were so good. And that's what Italy needs to do. You look at a Serie A lineup of most of these teams, there's so many Balkan players, African players, players from South America. There's not enough Italians.
Even the Prem being the strongest league in the world,
They still have enough English
I think
players.
they still have a
though.
lot of English players. Yeah, they still.
Serie A is the team.
It's the
Like
league.
Lazio, I think we have like 2 or 3 Italian players in our starting
That's
11.
an issue,
That's an
especially
issue.
Lazio.
Especially Inter.
Especially Lazio.
Inter are the face of the league, I would say, because they're the top.
Well, they have the most Italian players.
Ba-
Bastoni, Di
Barella
Marco.
and Barella. That's it.
But it's
Darmian
still-
when he plays, maybe. But the rest of them, Hakan, Aslani, Lautaro Martinez, Taremi, Arnautovic. These are all players that are not Italian. I'm not saying you can't sign non-Italians. Fine, but even at that, they don't. Italians are not known for taking a chance on youngsters. They never. And then the argument's like, oh yeah, but he's 18, he doesn't have enough experience. How is he gonna get experience if you don't play him?
Yeah.
It's simple. It goes for any sport. Spain are the type of team, like, okay, I'm not saying crazy risk, but like Pau Cubarsí, 17-year-old from Barcelona, they play him in a Champions League game.
Yeah.
It's crazy risk. But Spain take chances on the young players.
Yeah.
They back them. And that's why they have a way better youth system. Like
It's
La
all about
Masia, one of the
trust.
best academies.
It's all about
You
trust.
have to trust your young players. Make them make mistakes. And you see it even with Lazio. It's like, okay, not in the big moments, but for example, I know I talk about Lazio, I love them. But for example, like Lazio could play a relegation team and our coach still won't play like an 18-year-old. What do you have to lose? He's playing the worst team in the league. He doesn't want to take a risk there. While Spanish teams will play youngsters no matter what game. And I know you have a big respect, for example, Athletic Bilbao, that they only sign Basque players.
I love that. Like that's something for me. Like
Yeah, it
like,
does put you in a little.
It's
you-
sort of about like
you
like,
put yourself
yeah.
in you hit a ceiling because you can only sign certain players, but it keeps the youth and the Spanish culture
and
alive.
to tie this back into hockey in a sense,
Yeah.
like the Canadians are the only team I think in the NHL that really like put a preface on signing players that come from their own region, which is Quebec. Like
Yeah.
they have a lot of we have a lot of nationalism here. Which
there's
is
nothing
good or
wrong
bad.
with- there's nothing
well,
wrong with
I mean,
that.
depends. It depends because
no,
bro,
but I'm saying there's nothing wrong with that in the sense that you want to have some homegrown talent.
But if
There's
there
nothing
was,
wrong.
but if there wasn't, I don't know how good the QMJHL would be, in terms of. I mean, I don't know how good Quebec hockey would be if we didn't promote Quebec players in general. Would be if Montreal Canadiens didn't do the promotion of Quebec players, because Quebec hockey has also been on a downfall. Quebec hockey could also be could be compared to Italy in a sense.
Yeah,
because
I was gonna say we're getting off on a tangent, but to bring it
honestly-
back to Italy, why is it though that
because
they're going down?
Quebec
QMJ?
had the best goal, used to produce the best goalies. We had Roberto Luongo, Martin Brodeur, Patrick Roy. We had all these guys. We had back then. Lafleur, you had Jean Beliveau, you had all these guys that would come from the province of Quebec, Mario Lemieux. Like, you have all these guys that are born, Rene Bourque. Like, these
You
are...
can keep listing them on. But
yeah.
what caused that switch? What do you think it is?
Hockey Quebec itself. I mean, like, I could start with Hockey Quebec. Hockey Quebec is the governing body of hockey for minor hockey and also junior hockey, junior major hockey in Quebec. And I think that we're just taking steps 6 feet back. And I think that it's the same thing in Italy. I think probably development. I don't know, like, that would more cut into your branch of knowledge and expertise. But I think is Italy like is their youth system taking 6 steps back instead of taking those 2 progress steps forward?
Yeah, that's what it is. I don't know what it is, and I'm not trying to bash Italy because I love them. You know, it's my heritage, but I don't like the fact that, like, I don't remember the last time Italy produced a guy like Vinicius Jr., like a guy that's a Ballon d'Or
apparently
contender.
Camarda was supposed to be good.
But he's 16, so it's gonna you have to give him time. Yeah. He's supposed to be our next thing, but at the same time, Italy's never really been known. Kind of like Germany, and Thomas Muller said it. Germans were taught to always play as a team, and he said that's why there's not a lot of Germans with Ballon d'Ors, but that's also why they have 4 World Cups. And I think that's what the Azzurri embody. You see it, non-bias aside, and you've said it. I think we have the best national anthem ever. Yeah.
People like to say France, but
no. It's the passion we have. Like you used to see, like Chiellini, when he would make a save, though he'd be pumping his chest, shaking Buffon. There's a sense of family and unity. There's not a lot of individualism in the Azzurri, which I like, because you don't have as many egos to deal with. So that's something that Brazil.
And for the people that don't know, when he says Azzurri, he's talking about the Italy national team.
Yeah, it means blue in Italian, but that's a nickname for Italy's national team. What I'm saying is that it's also a positive that we don't have guys like Vinicius Jr. because when you have, and that's what the problem with Brazil is, when you have too many big players, the egos collide, and that's what struggles. Because just to be very cliche, but there's no I in team. Yeah, you gotta play as a unit. But even at that, the Azzurri man, the problem with the Azzurri, I would say also, is that when shit hits the fan, we don't have a guy that can get us out of the mud. We don't have a guy that can change a game. We just have a collective unit, but we went on off a crazy tangent.
All that to say,
we have to qualify for this World Cup.
We have no
debate.
Honestly, there's no excuses. All right?
Whether we beat Germany or not, whatever group we get drawn in, obviously we want to beat Germany because we want to go to the semifinals of the Nations League. It's a fairly new trophy. It's replacing friendlies. People say it's a glorified trophy. It would be nice to win it. But besides that, it's 2 years in 2 World Cups, in a row, meaning 8 consecutive years. And if we do qualify, it's going to be 12 years since our last World Cup. I was in elementary school, guys. If we do not qualify for this World Cup, seriously, this is a disgrace. But
so if anybody, if any, which I don't think there is, but if there's any Italian national team players that are watching this podcast, please play this video in your room. Okay,
please just
set some motivation.
Just qualify. Honestly, just qualify, and we'll go from there. We'll figure it out.
Any other questions? Nothing.
We're gonna end it off.
So we'll end it off here. But Biagio, wrap it up with our sponsor.
Wrap it up. Pack it up. This episode. Once again, we want to give a big thank you to Shop Sante for all the products they send us, help us when we're hitting the gym and all that stuff, and help us also in the kitchen, delicious food and all that.
Yep.
But thank you to them. Again, use code RC10 at checkout to get 10% off your order when you order online with Shop Sante. And once again,
also a thank you to Studio Dre on Instagram, my cousin, for the template behind us. Obviously, our camera quality is gonna get better, guys. We're getting better every episode. Decorations, everything.
We see your comments
and we take it very personally.
Getting personal text messages. Improve this. Yeah. We have no problem with constructive criticism.
100%.
We are gonna take every aspect for it because,
at the end of the day, we're here to
from episode 1 to episode 1 million. Yeah. It's not every week and even every day off camera. We get better. So we want to thank you guys for your feedback, and we want to thank you guys. After one episode, we've never posted a video on YouTube with a brand new, fresh YouTube channel to get 42 subscribers already
and almost 200 views on the episode.
Yeah, because it's very hard to get views on YouTube, for example, because there's not like Instagram or TikTok where there's like a feed where you just scroll. So
we're very grateful.
We're very grateful for you guys. We're going to wrap it up here, but if you are to check us out. Please do check us out and drop a follow, subscribe everywhere. We are everywhere. Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, X, Threads, Facebook. We're everywhere. And that's video aspect wise. If you miss any big clips, you can check out the clips on TikTok and Instagram. And even on Twitter, we post all the clips everywhere. YouTube Shorts. And if you don't like video podcasts, that's totally fine. I like to listen to it while I'm driving, going to work, whatever. You could check us out on all streaming platforms, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all the big things, even like the random ones. We're there as well. And you can find us everywhere. So
thank you once again. And guys, have yourselves a good week.
Yeah, good week, guys. And
we'll catch you next week on the RC Sports Podcast.
Episode 2, and we're out.